So sometimes the work that is for you is not the work that is for others. If you are someone that actually love their self to the degree that regardless if they feel like their physical body isn't in the best health, they're not in the best shape, they may not make the best decisions on what they eat, they may still smoke a lot, they may still drink a lot, they may still go out to parties, they may still have a lot of unprotected sex, they may just do a lot of like living life, just living life fast, living life in a way that you feel me, that they consider that's carefree, that they're just doing them, they're young and they may be older too, but they're not really mindful of how it's actually destroying their body. They're not really mindful of how tired of they really are because of their inner worlds. It's their inner worlds that they're running from. So if that's the case, right? Because the inner worlds, when I speak on like your mind, like you're struggling with your mentality, you're struggling with like you feel like that you have mental health issues, you're struggling with with your own personal self-confidence when it comes to making changes outside yourself. But you do love yourself. You know, it's like even if you do feel suicidal at times, it's not that you don't care about yourself. It's that you don't care about living this life that much, that to the point where there are times you may do be suicidal, because it's just like the way how you see spirit and how you connect with life, you understand that this is just one of many lives. You know, you understand that even if you leave this earth today, you will incarnate again. Although you also recognize and understand that just because you give up this time doesn't mean that you won't have to deal with the same lessons once again, because once we know, if we are in a reincarnation cycle and not an incarnation cycle, you are in a cycle of where you are learning lessons until you learn them and you evolve from that cycle and you elevate and grow. You get what I'm saying? And so just come back around full circle. You are not somebody who gives a fuck about exercising and goddamn eating better and things like that. What you do give a fuck about is how you speak to people. You give a fuck about how you treat folks. You give a fuck about being compassionate. You give a fuck about, your intellect. You like to study. You like to learn different things. Like you love math. You love stuff like that. You know a lot about animals. You just don't. You know astrophysics. You learn quantum physics. You know about your chakras. You know a lot about energy healing. You are very powerful psychic. Oh my goodness, you guys can do so many different things. You're artists. Like you do so many things, and to the people who actually are what, and then this is the mirror that you choose to see. You see people who are actually living a more materialistic life. So in the sense of like they're running from their outside world. They don't like that. Oh my God, they're poor. They don't like that they are living in a harsh environments. They're getting beat on, or someone has something that they desire and they want. Like they're running from outside circumstance, where you're running from internal circumstance. So they experience life more externally, and so if they experience a life of bullying for being fat, they're gonna lose that weight. They're gonna lose that weight and make everything in the moment that they're doing that about their body. Like their body being fit, their body being developed and grown and shaped is a part of their development. That is part of that soul's development. They're here to develop the material realm. This material realm is not meant to fall away. It's meant to be developed with spirit. So those of us who develop our spirit first, see, you goes within and without. Their without is within. You get what I'm saying? And so a lot of their within is a reflection of this without world. So that's already a direct connection. Where people who are more of within beings, their external realm is not always a reflection of what's going on inside of them. This is where you have, like, even when we look in history and we look at monks and stuff, and they have a life of peace with no money, with no family, with nothing. You get what I'm saying? They don't need anything. That was peace for them. That in that time, in that realm, in that life, how far the world has been cultivated for those beings, that was what spiritual enlightenment looked like for that era. You know what I'm saying? And so as time grew and as humans evolved, spiritual enlightenment and what that looked like and what we strive for with as humans, it will evolve as well. It's just safe to assume that even if we just look at the human history of this realm, that is literally what happened. But that doesn't mean we have to negate the primordial ways, the old ways, because there are certain ways that this particular universe and reality, there's certain laws that is built upon. And so where there are certain laws that can be twisted and switched around, there are certain ones that we could consider absolute, you know? And so moving forward, and so I don't lose the train of thought, just going back around full circle to what I was speaking on. When you have those situations of where you are someone who have been actively working on your internal bio for these last few years, and now you look at your life, you ask somebody like, boom, you feel at peace within your mind, you feel at peace within your emotions, you actually communicate how you feel, you have boundaries, you set a structure for yourself, that you actually handle things in a proper manner. 9 times out of 10, the only thing that you're really struggling with is fucking money. You're struggling with money. You're struggling with money. You're struggling with money. You feel what I'm saying? And the thing about that is, what you don't realize is happening right now is that all of this internal work that you have been doing is so that once this money continue to come in, because some of us is already coming in, as it continue to come in, as it come in, you're not finna fuck off this money. See, the thing about you being a person who live within yourself, you don't fucked up some money. You don't care, like, your problem was never getting money, it was keeping it. You had no money management skills. You don't fucked off some money, and you was okay with it because it's like you understand that money is a material thing. Money, and now you know though, because you know this for your spiritual awakening. Now you know money is also energy, it's currency. You know, well, money, and the thing about that is that if money is a physical reflection of energy exchange, everyone is worthy of it, including you, including me. And so you are meant to have an abundance of wealth within this realm. We all have access to energy. We all have access to divinity and to source. And if source is an energy of abundance, and I have access to this energy, then I should have an abundant flow of wealth. What you also been learning is that what that look like for you. Everybody don't need a fucking $1 million. Right now for most of y'all, including me, $100K right now will solve a lot of your issues. And you'll still have some money left over. For those that need more, you're gonna get more. But I'm saying, like, be realistic with yourself. You ain't gotta say like, oh, I need $1 million. No, you don't. No, you don't. Bitch, what you need? 200K? Really, what you need? 50K? You feel me? You don't really need that much money. And the thing about it, you when you really sit back and you look at like what you desire and what you want and what you don't need, you can sit there and understand, boom, I was never not meant to enjoy my money. I was never not meant to not live life and be lavish. But, bitch, I already have shit right here in front of me that I done bought and I still don't even fucking use for real. I done bought these shoes and they sit in the goddamn closet. Like, you use money in a way that was for other people, for the show. And now you're entering a season where you're going to be using money for you, for your resources, making things better for your life, using money for things that is bettering your life. So, of course, it don't matter how much it is because you got it and you can multiply your money. It's going to come back. It's your boy, B.R. Zabunte. This is the message. All I say is the message, man. Like, you have to stay with it. If you called it, you called. You didn't. I don't give a fuck. I feel like somebody gonna be like, I don't get what you're saying. Don't get in my comments to me. You don't get what I'm saying. Just keep scrolling because it wasn't meant for you. Because there's gonna be motherfuckers who got everything I'm saying because this is the life you live in. This is You have to be living this shit to get it. Like real talk.